In the thunderous build-up to UFC 304 in Manchester, all eyes are on Tom Aspinall, the interim champ, the rising star from Atherton, England, whose meteoric rise through the UFC ranks has been nothing short of spectacular. Armed with lightning-fast strikes and a formidable ground game, Aspinall has left a trail of devastation in his wake, dismantling his opponents with surgical precision. His victories over seasoned veterans like Andrei Arlovski and Alexander Volkov have marked him as a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division, fueling anticipation as he prepares to avenge his only UFC loss against Curtis Blaydes, which in most people's eyes he didn't really lose. He blew his knee out in 20 seconds and the fight was off. But now back fit and healthy, he is ready to give Curtis Razor Blaydes a real fight. Curtis Razor Blaydes, the embodiment of raw power and unwavering determination, stands in stark contrast to Aspinall's finesse. Hailing from Naperville, Illinois, Blaydes' journey to UFC 304 is a saga of resilience and redemption, with a wrestling pedigree that strikes fear into the hearts of his opponents. Blaydes has conquered formidable adversaries and weathered setbacks that only fueled his hunger for greatness. As the date of their clash draws near, the tension mounts, promising a showdown of epic proportions. For Blaydes, this isn't just a fight, it's a chance to reclaim his dominance and stake his claim as the rightful heir to the UFC heavyweight throne. The collision of Aspinall's lightning and Blaydes' thunder at UFC 304 is set to ignite the octagon, ensuring a spectacle that will resonate throughout the annals of MMA history.
I think he just put John Jones on notice, the heavyweight division on notice, put the whole UFC on notice, because that man right there, the way that he's winning fights, the way he's taking people out of there, people should look at Tom, the way that he's performing, the way that he's delivering finishes, and that should inspire them.
Now this is a really interesting one for a few different reasons. I mean, Curtis Blaydes, of course, is the strongest wrestler in the division. You know, his wrestling prowess and the power of the drive of his double leg is enough to put, well, pretty much any heavyweight on their back.
He still has so much more to learn and improve on. Like, from an athletic perspective, he's an unusual heavyweight. He moves like an absolute cat. This is a giant cat that knows how to move his feet. He knows how to counter. And to make matters worse, Aspinall can get you on the ground as well. He's good everywhere, man. This is a new breed of heavyweight. There's no question about it. I still think he's got to hide that chin a little bit more, move that head a little bit more. And if he does that, he's going to have that belt until he damn retires. Like, that's how good he is. That's how much potential he is. He's a rarity in this sport.
I take it back. It is one thing I can take from our initial fight. He came at me fast and hard, and we didn't know, like, is he going to be aggressive? Is he going to wait? And that lets us know he believes in his foot speed, his hand speed, because a lot of guys, they're wary to get within the range he was at with me when he hurt his leg. That's takedown range. A lot of guys, they're wary of that range. He's not. So that is one thing we can take away. He believes in his foot speed and athleticism enough to put himself within range of my takedowns.
I think Curtis Blaydes is by far the most the most stylistically tough matchup for me in the division. I said that before we fought the first time. Yeah, he's good at everything. He's a veteran. He's still young and hungry. He's not won a title yet. You know, the guy's really, really, really good. The guy's a good guy as well. He's a good human being. All that stuff aside, we have a massive problem professionally. The problem is right now he's technically got a win over me and I don't like it. So I've got to go and show him, listen, I'm the better guy and you ain't coming into Manchester beating me, mate. No chance. Absolutely no chance. And yeah, he's good everywhere. I can't say anything wrong with Curtis' style or Curtis as a human being. Like, he's really good at both being a top level MMA fighter and being a top level human being. I like him. Really cool guy. But I'm gonna have to beat him up. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's nothing personal, only professional, and I'm gonna win on the 27th of July.
Curtis Blaydes, born on February 18th, 1991 in Naperville, Illinois, found his calling on the wrestling mat during his high school years at Dale Lee Saller Institute in Chicago. He became a standout wrestler, winning the state championship with an undefeated 44-0 record in his senior year. His wrestling success earned him a scholarship to Northern Illinois University, but Blaydes' aspirations soon shifted from collegiate wrestling to mixed martial arts. His transition to MMA in 2014 saw him quickly climb the ranks with dominant performances, leveraging his wrestling pedigree to control and overpower his opponents.
Honestly, I want the belt. I want the money that comes with the belt. I want the prestige that comes with the belt. And I want to just hold on to it for as long as I can, and hopefully in doing that, I leave a legacy that lasts long after I'm gone.
Blaydes made his UFC debut in April 2016 against the formidable Francis Ngannou. Unlucky to get him in a first fight, if you ask me, but despite a valiant effort, he lost due to a doctor stoppage from an eye injury. Undeterred, Blaydes showcased his resilience and potential by bouncing back with a victory over Cody East later that year. His subsequent wins over seasoned fighters like Oleksiy Olenek, Mark Hunt and Alistair Overeem demonstrated his ability to learn from setbacks and improve continuously. Blaydes' fight against Overeem at UFC 225 was particularly memorable, ending in a brutal TKO via elbows in the third round and solidifying his status as a top contender. Blaydes' fighting style is characterised by his exceptional wrestling, powerful ground game and evolving striking. His ability to control his opponents on the ground and deliver devastating strikes has made him a formidable force in the heavyweight division. Over time, Blaydes has refined his striking game, adding more tools to his arsenal and becoming a more well-rounded and dangerous fighter. His relentless wrestling and ever-improving stand-up game make him a nightmare for any opponent in the heavyweight division. Blaydes' ability to adapt and evolve has been crucial in his journey, showcasing not just his physical prowess, but also strategic acumen inside the octagon. Throughout his career, Blaydes has faced significant challenges and high-stakes rivalries. His rematch with Francis Ngannou at UFC Fight Night 141 resulted in another TKO loss, a tough pill to swallow for the aspiring champion. However, Blaydes continued to climb the ranks, securing impressive victories over notable fighters like Junior Dos Santos and Alexander Volkov.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time!
His fight against Volkov at UFC ESPN 11 was a masterclass in wrestling dominance, setting a record for the most takedowns in a UFC heavyweight fight and reinforcing his reputation as one of the division's elite grapplers. Now in July 2022, Blaydes faced the rising star that is Tom Aspinall. In a highly anticipated bout, the fight was expected to be a tough contest between the two top heavyweight contenders. However, it ended real prematurely when Tom Aspinall suffered a knee injury just 15-16 seconds into the fight, resulting in a TKO victory for Blaydes. Although the win was bittersweet, it added to Blaydes' record and kept him in the conversation as a top contender. This fight exemplified the unpredictability of the sport and fine margins that could determine the outcome of a bout. Now, as Curtis Blaydes continued his quest for the UFC Heavyweight Championship, his journey from high school wrestling champion to a top UFC contender serves a testament to his hard work, resilience and continuous evolution as a fighter. And this shot at Tom is the perfect chance to take that interim to a line for the undisputed. That being said, now we all know Big Johnny Bones Jones is ducking Tom. I don't care what anyone says, he is ducking Mr. Aspinall. And this is because the most amount of money is most likely in the Stipe fight, and it's way less risk. He is not in his prime, he hasn't fought in years, and on top of that, he's not even the interim. Dana grinds my gears saying we put on the best versus the best. Well, that's Tom and John, not John and Stipe. But for now, that's how it is, so I've got to suck it up.
How are you? Good, man. Nice to meet you too. I would hope so. I would hope so. All the best. All the best. Sure. Yeah. Let's get it.
That being said, I don't blame John because Tom is a monster. He has been a dark horse looming for some time, and the TKO of Pavlovich showed that he really is the next generation heavyweight. Tom Aspinall, born on 11th of April 1993 in Atherton, England, grew up immersed in the world of mixed martial arts. His father, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu instructor, introduced him to the sport at a young age, laying the foundation for Aspinall's diverse skill set. As he grew older, Aspinall expanded his repertoire by training in boxing and kickboxing, becoming proficient in striking and grappling. His dedication to training and natural talent quickly set him apart, and he began making waves in the regional MMA circuits. Aspinall made his professional MMA debut in 2014, swiftly racking up a series of impressive victories that showcased his versatility and finishing ability. His early fights were a mix of knockout wins and submission victories, underlining his well-rounded skill set and potential as a future star. Aspinall's performance caught the attention of the UFC, and he made his promotional debut in July 2020. In his first fight, he made a statement by securing a first-round TKO victory over Jake Collier, immediately establishing himself as a heavyweight to watch. Aspinall continued his ascent in the UFC with subsequent victories over Alain Bordeaux and former UFC heavyweight champion Andrei Arlovski. Each fight highlighted his exceptional agility, speed and technical prowess, qualities that are rare in the heavyweight division. His fight against Andrei Arlovski in February 2021 was particularly notable as he not only outstruck the veteran but also submitted him in the second round, demonstrating his comprehensive skill set. These performances propelled Aspinall up to the heavyweight rankings and solidified his reputation as a rising star. So again in July 2022, Aspinall faced Curtis for the first time, and well, we all know how that went. After Tom recovered and continued to refine his skills and build on his already impressive arsenal, the MMA community eagerly anticipated his comeback, confident Aspinall has the potential to become a dominant champion if given a chance. The time had come for all the marbles being faced off against the hard-hitting powerhouse that is Sergey Pavlovich for the interim championship, a surefire way of getting a crack at the champ. Now, I did consider Sergey to be the monster of the weight class. God, that guy hits hard. It makes my bones shake just watching him land strikes. But Tom showed that he is the guy you do not fuck with, knocking out Sergey cold within 69 seconds. This garnered massive attention to Tom. Also, it caught him a cheeky little interim belt. That would surely put him in line for, well, we all know, John Jones the champ. Well, that's what we thought, and yet it remains to be seen. But a win here for Tom against Curtis makes it undeniable that Tom will face John, if John hangs around to find out after the Stipe fight. My guess is he beats Miocic and then he is out. But what do I know? I do know that one giant in Manchester on July the 27th is going to fall at 6 in the morning. Crazy. I hope you're all going to be able to stay awake to see this one, because it is going to be absolute fireworks. Thank you everyone for watching these videos. If you do enjoy them, hit that like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And I'll catch you all on the next one, because I'm out.